Hello. It's been a very long time since I've done this. Mainly because I don't really have a reason. But I am once again bored. And it's the end of the year. So I figured I might as well show like the 10 best grabs I found. Now, I think 9 out of 10 of these were local grabs. Like I found these in the wild. And then one I got on the internet. But yeah, I mainly like to dig in antique stores. I go to the local record show all the time. I only missed like 3 of those this month. They're this year, and they're monthly. So yeah. Anyways, we'll get right into it. Cause why not? This first one I was really stoked about when I got this. This is Yesterday's Folks by US 69. I showed this when I got it, actually, I think. So that must have been at least 8 months ago, because it's been a very long time. But yeah, this copy, when I bought it, the guy said he opened it and played it one time, and this was at my local record show. So it's a shrink wrap, near mint copy on the Buddha Records label. Show you that. Super clean, super duper clean. You see the reflection of everything. My janky setup. Yeah. And this was cheap for what it is. I got this for about $20. You know, the Discogs median's like 45-ish. And this copy's probably worth more than that. But it's not about worth, it's about the music. And this is a fantastic Psych album. Also, like, these are mostly Psych, because I love Psych, and that's my favorite genre. Yeah, US 69, if you haven't checked it out, I think you should. It's essential, in my opinion. Yeah, and get a copy when you can. Just gotta figure out where to put it. There we go. Alright, next one. This album's not in the greatest shape, and that's why it's so low down, but I paid basically nothing for this. This is this is a mono Dr. John Gree Gree is how it's pronounced, apparently. This is not how I pronounced it. This has also got a promo sticker. Really cool. And yeah, this is not in a, like, this is probably, well, I haven't played this in a while. A VG, maybe worse. G plus, probably VG. But I think I paid $5 for this, and it's an OG mono, and I had no idea that these were sought after at all. And I bought it, and then I put it in my Discogs, and I was like, oh my god, the median's like $80. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And they sell for a lot more in better condition, but yeah. Gree, Dr. John, the Night Tripper. Believe this is his first one, and it's really good. I really enjoy it. Yeah, promo copy that. Pretty cool. Alright, this next one, I was so excited about this one when I got it, because I had been listening to this album a lot this year on Spotify, and this is just a really fantastic band. This is Egg. This is their self-titled 1970, I believe. Yeah, so this is basically the band Arzachel without the guitar player. And Arzachel that's probably the album I want most out of any album. My Spotify Wrapped Garden of Earthly Delights was my top song, which was surprising to me too. But yeah, this is Egg, and it's phenomenal. Progressive rock, psychedelic rock. It's a blend of progressive and psychedelic rock. Lots of classical influence. They do a Bach song. They do Fugue in D minor, part of Toccata and Fugue. Yeah. And this is a really nice copy. This is a strong VG+. on Duram, one of my favorite labels. Everything on Duram is good for the most part. Yeah, Egg. And I got a really good deal on this too. This is usually, I paid like half of what it's worth, in my opinion. And I can't get in the sleeve. But yeah, this is just, it's so good. I strongly suggest checking it out. This one, they have 3 albums. The first 2 are amazing. The third one's pretty good too. It's not as good as the first 2. So yeah, that's Egg. Next up, I got this right after I got the number 1 spot on this list. This is the West Coast Pop Art Experimental Band. Sorry, I should have taken it out. Part 1 is an original stereo copy, 1967. Yeah, it's the sleeve's in a bit worse shape than the disc. The disc is like a VG Plus. Really nice copy. I like it a lot. It's a fantastic album, in my opinion. I did not like it on the first listen, but it really grew on me. So I had a reissue of this, and I remember when I bought it, I was like, there's no way I'll ever get an original, because I got it pretty early on in my collecting. And now I have an original. I got a really good deal on this. I paid like half of what it was worth again. This was at the record show. And so was the last one. And the one before, there's all of the ones so far at a record show. Alright, next, these 2 are kind of in a bundle, because they're my second favorite or third favorite band, depending on what day you ask me. This is an original US Something Else by the Kinks. And I got a crazy deal on this at an antique store. Just walked in. I was with some friends who don't even buy records, but I was like, we gotta stop in there because they got records. And this was there, and I freaked out because this is either my second or third favorite Kinks album. I just love the Kinks. And I remember when I was first collecting 2 that I really wanted one of these, and I knew they were stupid expensive. I didn't know how I was gonna find one. It's another one on that Tricolor Reprise label, and it's super clean, very strong VG Plus, and it sounds. This is a amazing pressing. I don't know why, but this sounds so good. But yeah, Something Else by the Kinks, and then this next one is an online grab, and this would probably be number 2 if I didn't buy it online, and I didn't have some issues with it. But this is the Kinks of the Village Green Preservation Society, an original US pressing. But yeah, this is probably my favorite album of all time. That's how much I like this album. So I got this on eBay. It was free shipping. It was listed for $50, and I shot an offer of $40, and they accepted. And this got shipped in a bag, which really annoyed me. But yeah, so there's like scuffs on it that are definitely from the back. Like I can literally like see the bubble wrap, and then of course the record was inside the sleeve, and there was no outer sleeve, so there's a huge seam split, and I was very disappointed. But I was expecting a VG copy to come in the mail, and I'd say the disc is still VG. It does have a minor warp, and I'm 100% sure that was from the mail too. But yeah, Kinks of the Village Green Preservation Society, probably my favorite album. I love the Kinks. All right, next, this was also at the record show. This is Nick Drake, Brighter Later, but it is not an original. This would be way beyond number 1 if this was an original. But yeah, this is a 76 repress or 78, one of those 2. Super clean, on an island. It's a UK pressing, and this was just at my record show for I either paid 16 or 18 bucks for it, so I was super stoked about that. This used to be my least favorite Nick Drake. Not that it's bad. It's amazing. I love every song on this, but I felt like I liked him more when it was just like acoustic guitar and himself pretty much. I think Five Leaves Left is his best album still, but this one is so good. I really glad I found this one out of all of his albums, honestly, because it exposed me to it more, and I just love it. Such a sad story of Nick Drake, but he's great. Yeah, it's got UK reissue written on there. I don't know how they priced it so low. All right, this next one was in the real wild, like wild. So I was at the local flea market, and this guy had a bunch of records, and they were all like, it was weird because some of them they were all like either mono, promo, or like in the shrink for no reason, or they're in terrible condition. But yeah, I was flipping through the records, and I saw the top of this album poking out. And if you don't know, the top of it usually has a stereo mark. And I saw that, and I was like, that's a mono, I know it. And I pulled it out, and it was this copy of Procol Harum's first album. One of the greatest psychedelic albums ever made, and it is a promotional copy in the shrink wrap with the sticker, the hype sticker, and it has the poster, which looks like it's never been opened before. Oh my god, and it's just mint. I don't think you can get a better copy of this. This is the best way pressing. So promo is not written anywhere on the label, which they didn't do that for the RAM, I don't think. But yeah, it's got the sticker, so whatever. And yeah, I paid $20 for this. And this is a mono promo, and the mono sounds so much better than the stereo. The stereo, I believe they lost the stereo tapes. So this is the true mono mix. It's like actually the release. So yeah, this is just fantastic, and it's one of the best Psych albums out there. I don't think it gets much better than this. And the stereo copies go for like 15 bucks. And a mono copy in this condition, this goes for a lot. And I paid 20 bucks for this. And this guy had some Rolling Stones bootlegs that I really wanted. He had a trademark quality one on orange vinyl. But he was one of those guys, it didn't have price on it, so I gave it to him, and he was like, I'm gonna look it up on eBay. And that's always a terrible sign. So then what you do is you stand there for 10 minutes while he tries to look it up on eBay. And you get annoyed at him because it's stupid. And then he couldn't find a price on Discogs or eBay, so he was just like, I'm going to keep them. And it was really annoying. Like, if you're selling something, I feel like you should know what the price is if you're trying to sell it. Because it doesn't make sense that you're just gonna look it up when someone brings it to you. It's so annoying. Okay, whatever. Moving on. This next one was also at the record show, and I believe I also showed this after I got it. Shoot, I don't know why I took the disc out first. This is Bubble Puppy, Gathering of Promises. This is original stereo. Phenomenal back cover drawing. But yeah, this is amazing. Amazing Psych album. Also one of my favorites. Yeah, I paid I got a good deal on it, but this is the most I paid for a record ever. But yeah, still got a pretty solid deal on it. And I don't like to pay that much for records, or a single record. I'll buy a lot of records, but like one single record for a lot of money is a scary thought for me. It's an original on International Artist, Gathering of Promises, and I wanted this so bad this year too. I remember thinking how bad I wanted it. I was streaming it a lot, and one just showed up at the record show, and I had to get it. I actually had to get more money because I ran out of cash before I found this, and I held it in my hands and waited. Okay, well, this is the number one spot, and this was undoubtedly the greatest find I've ever had, ever. So I was in an antique shop because I had a knee injury, and I just got to skip my classes that day because I had a knee injury. And I went with my mom to the doctor because she's a nurse and she knows a lot of doctors. And this was it was like a Wednesday. I feel like it was a Wednesday. That's how much I was. This memory has implanted itself in my brain. And I was looking through. My mom always saw this antique shop, and she said, "I want to stop there and look." And I was like, "Okay, well, I don't think there's gonna be records in there at all." And there's like the casual antique store box with Christmas albums and Herb Albert and Engelbert Humperdinck. And then there was like a booth that was actually like records. And then I went in the back. There was like a back room. And I went in there, and there's a cardboard box with records on the floor. And they were, I don't think they were marked at any price, but there was a sign in that room that said $5 per record. So this was like the last place I went in that store. And I didn't really think I was going to find anything. There was some Aretha Franklin. It was pretty cool. But I think those were pretty trashed. But then I flipped through and I pulled out this Funkadelic Maggot Brain for $5 at an antique store. And I have the receipt in here. So yeah, this was definitely the greatest find ever. Got this on March 16th, 2022. And here it is. Funkadelic vinyl album. And then $5.30 tax. So it was $5.30. I was shaking. It was crazy. I was so excited. I'd listened to this so long ago, and I put it in my want list so long ago that I couldn't remember if this was like a $200 record or like an $80 record, but I knew it was worth a lot. So yeah. And it's like a $200 record, and this is like a VG copy, not the greatest. Still, it's the original on Westbound, Funkadelic Maggot Brain, $5. Don't really think you can beat that. Yeah, that's probably for a long time now gonna be my greatest find. And this was also like the true wild, just in an antique store, and that's what I love. Antique store digging. I visited a lot less record stores this year, and mainly went with the record shows and antique stores. So yeah, that is definitely my number one find. So that will bring us to the end of this epic YouTube video. Thanks for watching, I guess. I don't know when the next one will be. Probably a long time. So yeah. Bye.